Is this good news for free-to-play players because things in Marvel Contest of Champions are depreciating? I didn't say that right, did I? I'll keep that in the video. Depreciating. Look, a lot of people do kind of say, why do you use the word depreciation? It is a kind of a word that's associated with something to do with cars. Is the best kind of comparison we can derive. Something that's worth something at the start of an MCOC year, so say January, is going to be worth less, or there's going to be more abundance, so therefore there's less cost, less value towards the latter part of the year. Give you an example. Last year at Cyber Weekend deals, a 5-star relic could be got with 5,000 units. Nowadays you can pretty much get that for a fraction of the unitary cost. Obviously from a money side of things, money, or a free-to-play side of things, unit spend. It goes down in value when more things are becoming available. We're going to go over this, but yes, an interesting live. This is my last video on the situation of the live stream. Something to point out, or lots of things to really point out, and we've seen depreciation just drop in game in the last kind of like 48 hours. How? Glory Store. In the Glory Store, we've seen some substantial deductions, and of course, if you saw the video earlier today, then you know about how we kind of looked at this particular. It's not spreadsheet, this particular image right here. So this one right here, which is in the Discord, which showcases that we've seen a reduction in cost, therefore a depreciation, or more value, more items, more quantity is then added to this with the Glory Store. This is a big thing. Like, it's pretty big to kind of note that, and this usually happens. Something that's new that's put into MCOC at the start or end of, say, a year, end of 2022, is going to be worth less when it comes to 2023. That's how it really works. That's why a lot of the time I do say it's best to save up your units for Cyber Weekend, because whatever's going to be worth in July 4th deals is going to be reduced in value by Cyber Weekend deals. It's happened in the past, and it will probably happen again. And this benefits free to play non-spenders within the game, because, you know, if you're spending in December by December 2022, you're going to get more value in 2023 and more spicier stuff. So if you get 100 of, I don't know, 6-star relic shards at the end of 2022, you're going to get 1,000 by the end of the year, the following year. And that again is seen, and it's something that we'll kind of go over in this video. So I don't want to make this too lengthy, but I do want to go over some of these amazing things that Kabam are doing. I know using that thing, amazing. People will say, well, it's not amazing. Well, it is in some ways. When you look at like non-spending players going, hey, by the way, somebody that is non-spending and free to play in the game, in the Legend Celebration calendar, which drops some point this month, 16th I want to say, you're going to be getting 4,500 7-star shards for free. Could you really say you were going to get that at the start of the year? No, you are not going to get that. Not in your wildest dreams. I think from a spending perspective, it would be, well, would you get that? Don't know. In any case, you get a lot of different things that are going to be nice. Those Paragon crystals worth 600 units a piece. You know, that's again being given to you for free. 1.5 tier 6 basics, 1.5 tier 3 alpha selectors, tier 6 class catter selectors. It was very difficult to get there. I mean, look, for the good part of the year, I've done all, well, not all, but a good chunk of content. I've done Eternity of Pain. I've still yet to do the Gauntlet, but to be honest, the way that the meta rewards is kind of not there. But I've done all the stuff that's going to allow me tier 6 class catalyst, apart from the last little bit from the Act 8.3. And that might not get me to a point of saying this. I am close to I can get my second rank 5 6-star, which I'm still making those decisions. Ascension's going to play a big part in that. Look out for a future video about that. I dropped a little teaser for what I was saying yesterday about how Hercules can be ascended to a point of just god tierness, which means that Kabam don't have to put in a rank, a 7-star version of Hercules. But that's something that could be like a big kind of game changer for me and kind of getting some content done. But in any case, moving on. Depreciation. 6-star signature stones are depreciating. In the future, we're going to see 7-star signature stones in the loyalty store. We're already seeing these kind of like hints and things to come that are going to be devaluing things, depreciating things. You're going to have 7-star crystals fully in Incursion's store and as well loyalty store. That's weird. That's weird that we've seen that kind of like, okay, we're going to thrust a load of 7-star shards at you. And one of the big things, my big takeaways from the stream, which the narrative and content roadmap stream is, Kabam are flooding the game with more 7-star shards. 6-star shards are already in there, but 7-star shards are going to be flooding. Not ridiculously, but they're trickling in. Let's say they're trickling in a little bit more. With incursions, incursions is going to have some 7-star shards. And that's a weird thing, isn't it? Because that was the quintessential meta item to get. Then it's going to be something like tier 6 class catalyst. Again, more of that is coming into the game. We've seen that. That's kind of gone into the glory store. Whereas before, there was none in shape and form of... actually, maybe there was one. I can't remember. But there's now 10 that you can get. And the price is 330. Whereas before, you kind of expect that to be like quite extensive because, you know, of reasons. You could go to the likes of Battleground Store. In the Battleground Store, we do have tier 6 class catalyst, which we have there for 1,210 of the currency. Should that be reduced down as well? Because you kind of go like, well, is it more easier to get glory than it is to get trophy tokens? Is it more easier to get trophy tokens than it is to that? But again, the point to come to is we've seen this depreciation with things. Now, moving on to a few more images from this particular live stream. The Legends event. The Legends event is more spicier than previous Legends events. There's also a challenge. So Kabam are allowing you opportunity to get more stuff. They're also allowing for everybody to go into the respective difficulties, which is nice. It's a nice thing to have. But these Legends crystals, which I thought were good, are even better now because you get 20%, you get a chance of a 20% of a tier 6 class catalyst. Now, depending on the length of time of this, look, 7-hour crystals over 2 weeks. Okay, so this is the kind of thing where we got to do a bit of maths right here. Right, and we'll do a video kind of devoted to this, but I'll just go quickly. How many hours in 2 weeks? So in 2 weeks, there's 336 hours. So we then do quick calculation. 336 divided by 7 equals 48. So that gives you an idea right there. There's an opportunity for 48 of those Legends crystals. 48. If obviously you have to set up times in order to kind of get stuff, but you could have 48 opportunities to get some of the crystals there. 48 opportunities to potentially get 7-star shards, Paragon crystals, 50% of a tier 6 basic, tier 3 alpha, 20% of a tier 6 class catalyst, or an exclusive 7-star. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Especially if you compare it to last year where you got just, well, you may get something good, you may not. Units as well. Units, revives, and stuff like that. Helpful items. Like, I'm going to be saving up for a massive opening. I might do 2 openings. I might do, like, if I can do the 48, set the timers, wake up at ridiculous times, then if I could set a good kind of, like, motion of waking up, this could be good. This could be really good. I'm looking forward to it. Also, Kabam have added in for this month a challenge, a Brutal DLX Legends challenge. It may be a case you have to do your own respective difficulty, but I would say if you can do all difficulties, it helps out because then you're like, okay, well, you can try out to see, is it difficult? Can I use these champions? Can I use something else? Is it a case that you're using some of the same champions? I don't know. Like, I'm excited for stuff. I'm really pumped for it. It's annoying because it does mean that I was planning on playing some other games. I don't think I'm going to get an opportunity. I think it's just going to be about making videos, grinding the content, and doing my work. You know, I'm kind of annoyed about that, but at the same time, that needs must with this game. And then maybe I'll have a break in January and kind of go all out then for kind of like just playing some other games. So that sucks, but then life is, you know, it is what it is. Life is life. Da 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 da. Okay, but the 14-day login calendar, Kabam also giving out more 6-star hero crystals to Cavalier, uncollected. Like, that's again, like, it's so weird to note that uncollected are in this kind of you know, like, it's cool. No, it's cool. Like, I've not got a problem with it, but again, this is the thing of going, right, well, Kabam are allowing more opportunity for uncollected players to kind of get up. They're also allowing for, and like even M said to me the other day, M hasn't 100%ed Act 5 because, you know, she just recently became uncollected because she plays the game in a casual sense. She said to me, when's this nerf coming in for Act 5? That's how interested she is. And also she said to me, are the rewards going to improve? And I said, yeah, Kabam are going to improve the rewards. Oh, Well, I might do that then. It's weird, isn't it? It's weird how these things kind of change. We're talking depreciation. We're talking about changes like that. And if this encourages people to kind of come up, the ranks, because then she was saying, well, I might push to Cavalier. She hasn't said that in a long time. She hasn't said that at all. But all of a sudden it's like, well, I might push to Cavalier. It's interesting, isn't it? Interesting to note that how kind of like Kabam are kind of, adding more rewards, depreciating things here, increasing value, making people interested. And that's a crucial thing with this game. It goes a bit further that Kabam also offering that exclusive legend selector. So if you do the quest, I think arena, there's a token, and also there's a token in the calendar, in the calendar, login calendar, which we saw. So that's important as well. How that kind of like helps to add something in the game. A legend 7-star legend selector, which is good. It's good. It's really good to see that Kabam are allowing this, because beforehand, when was a 7-star selector in the game? Can't remember. When has Kabam given any opportunity for getting at least a 7-star? Well, you could say that the shooting star quest, yes, but that's a difficult one, because if you spent and you were able to get more 7-stars, it's very difficult for a free-to-play account to get that, boom, just smashed out like that. I mean, for me, I got my 5th 7-star. I'd opened 6, but I only got 5 kind of like true champions by about a month ago, 2 months ago. No, it's a month ago. Yeah, a month ago. So it allowed me an opportunity to 100% find a shooting star quest. But apart from that, apart from the 7-star celebration, and there was another event that dropped up. But that's the problem with it. It's difficult to note when there are opportunities and how free to play are able to access those opportunities in order to get them. So this is good news. It's good news to note that Kabam are adding more and throwing it in, and as I said, it depreciates it. So again, to kind of like go over this, if it's July 4th deals, then it could be a case that a deal is worth 5,000 units and you get half of a 7-star. 10,000 units will give you a full 7-star. Could be a case that by Cyber Weekend, that if you spend 5,000 units, instead of it being half of a 7-star, you get a fully formed one. So you see what I mean? Like, there's a lot more of these shards going into the game. One thing that also I find a little bit strange, a little bit odd, is that 7-stars are going... Not 7-star shards. Relic shards are going into Alliance Wars rewards, season rewards. It also feels like, based on some of the stuff that we've seen, like rewards-wise from the side quest this month and ongoing, is that there's going to be more of the rarer shards on offer. We've seen a little bit with this month, but I think we're going to be seeing a lot more of the opportunity to pick up, more shards, especially with incursions. Incursions has been tipped to have a 7-star within it. Same with loyalty store. So it means that incursions, milestones will have more 7-star shards where it didn't have before. It has more artifacts, so you can buy more in the incursion shop. So again, we're kind of like we're thrusting more into the game. We're trickling through more of these 7-star shards. A fully formed 6-star relic is going into the cap enlistment event that's happening in September. This is good. As I said, it's good news for non-spending players who hadn't had an opportunity to get this without either having to spend or would have to part with a lot of their units, which they may not have. You may be a non-spending player and you may not be able to grind as much, arena. I've not had as much opportunity to... I know that I've kind of like last 2 weeks, I've slacked a little bit, but I'm trying to kind of balance in not burning out with the game, as I'll take a little bit of a rest now, go a little bit kind of there, and then when I'd say next week happens, I've got to go full grind mode, full farm mode. It's going to be a little bit stressful, but at the end of the day, needs must with all of this. And do you know what? I think that's really it with kind of like, there's probably a lot of other things that will... I mean, like Ascension essentially kind of makes 6... Well, you only get one. I think you only get one to ascend, which kind of like defeats the object of rank 2ing a 7-star. But again, we'll have to see if the impact of that's another thing for another day. Oh, that's the other thing as well. Kabam are flooding in more 7-star shards and juicier rewards. We don't know specifically about this particular element. I think I've written some notes somewhere on the gauntlet. I can't find it, but I think they gave a... Oh, where is it? There was an indication of what you get from Paragon stuff. It's annoying when you like prepare yourself for things and then it's like you missed out on things. I can't find it, but I had it a moment ago with it. But the monthly content, these Paragon related kind of events, will give some extra stuff that is going to be like nice and spicy. I think there's Nexus crystals in there, and just stuff that's going to be extra. So on an extra basis, on a monthly basis, from September onwards, you'll be able to do the Paragon Gauntlet, adding yet more rewards in. So yeah, this is going to be good, exciting and fun, hopefully, for you to sink your teeth into. I think this will be something that may encourage people to spend or use their revives a bit more, which, you know, may be something we'll see as an issue down the line, but we'll have to see. So yeah, there's tons of things more that Kabam are doing. Incursions from Alliance Wars, rewards buffs. Kabam are looking to I should stop using that. Trickle in more 7-star shards, more rarer rank up items, devaluing something like 6-star shards because you get a fully formed 6-star relic in some content. Like, it's, yeah, good news. I'd say good news. Let's go with good news for this one. But what are your thoughts on the depreciation of the rarity of these rewards, meta rewards? Put it in the comment section, and we'll see you in some fresh content next week as we cover a lot of the new stuff that is dropping in August and what should be a very fun but possibly stressful time. Stressful time. Fun time. Let's go fun time. Thanks for watching. Check out some other content. I'll see you all soon. Much love and goodbye.